The wind howled like a wild beast, cutting across my face, lashing my skin as if thousands of tiny shards of glass were striking it at once. The thermometer hanging from my backpack read minus 51 degrees Celsius. The man guiding me, a tall, lean Nenets with jet black eyes, simply smiled and said, "Today is warm. If you want the real thing, it has to be minus 60, minus 70 degrees Celsius." That was how the journey I would never forget began, a journey into the distant tundra of the land of birch trees, Russia. Where the Nenets nomads still live exactly as their ancestors did thousands of years ago, herding reindeer, following seasonal migrations, pitching chum tents, and surviving on snow and ice. Standing on the frozen plateau, I finally understood why this place is called land not meant for the faint-hearted. No forests. No shelter. Only sky, earth, and relentless wind. In my travel journal, I wrote, "Here, silence has a color, white." And cold has a shape. It squeezes your chest, slips through every seam of your clothes, and crawls deep into your thoughts. And yet, in a place that seems impossible to inhabit, the Nenets have built their own world. A world of endurance so persistent it borders on the unreal.
Смотри.
After 2 hours crossing the snow by reindeer sled, I stood before a Chum, the traditional Nenets tent. From afar, it looked like a small hill made of animal skins. But stepping inside revealed a miracle. The temperature can reach plus 20 degrees Celsius, while outside it is minus 50 degrees Celsius. A Nenets woman worked silently with a sharp knife, lifting and layering reindeer hides onto the wooden frame, as if she were stitching the sky back together. She told me quietly, "Without reindeer hide, no one could live here." I sat beside the fire, my gloves steaming gently. In the endless Arctic night, this small tent became an optical box, the only light coming from flames and voices telling stories, echoing through the frozen darkness. In Yakutia, where temperatures can drop to minus 73 degrees Celsius, people still fish using the ancient method known as Munkha. Not only the Nenets, but many indigenous Siberian communities have learned how to coexist with this unforgiving cold. I followed a Yakut fisherman as he drilled through ice nearly 1.5 meters thick. As he lowered his wooden fishing gear into the water, I asked, "Aren't you afraid of the cold?" He shrugged. "If the fish can live, then so can people."
Щука была, а вот прошла.
The water instantly froze around the edge of the hole. The cold does not wait for anyone. I peered down into a dark blue-black world, where fish moves through a web of ice. When the first silverfish was pulled up, I swear even the screaming wind fell silent for a moment to listen. Life here is not about conquering nature, but about moving in rhythm with it. The Nenets do not fight the wind. They change direction. They do not store excessive food. They follow the reindeer. They do not build permanent houses. They build chum tents, which can be dismantled in 2 hours and moved within 3. An elderly man told me by the fire, "We are nomads because nature is nomadic. Standing still is what makes survival impossible." I looked at his cracked hands and understood, this land teaches something people in cities often forget: acceptance. As night fell, the sky opened into a ribbon of green-purple aurora. I stood in the snow, my feet numb, but my heart burning warm. And I realized, the Nenets, the Inuit, and the Arctic nomads are not surviving. They are living. Living by the rhythm of the earth, by maps drawn by the wind, by the legacy of their ancestors. And I, merely a traveler, learned this: warmth does not come from fire. It comes from people refusing to abandon one another. In a modern world obsessed with control, this way of life reminds us, adaptation can be more powerful than domination. This journey was not just a trip. It was a reminder that on this earth, there are still places where life is not measured by money, but by willpower, unity, and ancestral memory. And when I left the tundra, I knew I carried with me a piece of the Arctic soul. Small, perhaps, but enough to remember for a lifetime. Thousands of years ago, nearly 2 million years into the past, humans survived solely by instinct, hunting and gathering to stay alive. There were no machines, no technology, no modern comforts, only instincts, fire, and the bond between humans and the land. Today, right here on the dry savannas of Tanzania, one tribe still lives exactly that way, the Hadzabe. In the remote Yata Valley, I watch them prepare for a new day. Every step, every glance reminds me, it is as if time has never touched this place. Today, I will follow them from their very first footsteps, joining their pursuit of wild game and witnessing the rustic meals prepared afterward. Where the primal flavors of wild meat blend with ancestral stories, with the essence of life, and with the deep connection between humans, the land, the forest, and the wilderness. A new day in the small village begins quietly. I see the Hadzabe preparing their bows, their arrows tipped with toxic sap gathered from forest trees. Everyone gets to work. readying the simple tools needed for today's hunt. The soft click of bowstrings fills the still air, a sign that the rhythm of the ancient forest is waking up. Have you ever imagined standing in such a place? Where every breath blends with the wind, falling leaves, birdsong, and humans exist as a natural part of it.
Water guns, only wooden bows, carefully crafted arrow.
As dawnlight filters through the trees, we begin our hunting journey. The Hadzabe know the forest intimately. A broken branch, disturbed soil, a faint rustle of leaves, all become clues pointing toward where wild pigs, porcupines, or venomous snakes might be hiding. Watching them read even the smallest signs, I begin to understand the ancestral hunting knowledge forged over hundreds of generations, a perfect blend of memory, experience, and reflexes. When the prey reveals itself, arrows fly, and the hunt truly begins. Can you feel your own heartbeat quicken as you follow every movement? As the sun sets and golden light spreads across the vast savanna, we return to camp. On the shoulders of the lead hunter hangs a baboon, the day's hard-earned prize, yet in their eyes, there is no exhaustion, only joy and deep gratitude toward Mother Nature, for today hunger will not enter the camp. The air glows with the flicker of firewood crackling beneath the flames. With only a few primitive tools, a stone knife, glowing embers, the animal is clean, chopped, and roasted directly over the fire. You can almost smell the charred meat, hear the fat sizzling as it drifts onto the coals, and feel the pulse of wildlife through their simple, practiced motions. Pieces of meat are passed around. No tables, no plates, everyone gets a share. This meal is more than survival, it is a ritual of connection to nature, where sharing, gratitude, and community spirit have been preserved through countless generations. Watching their careful, gentle gestures, I realize that ancestral wisdom has merged seamlessly with survival instincts. Every hot piece of meat is not just food, it is a symbol of life and of ancient culture. In a modern world full of processed foods and technological convenience, have you ever wondered if such a primal lifestyle could still exist? For the Hadzabe, each hunt is not merely a quest for food, it is cultural identity, ancestral skill, and the glue that binds their community. They live slowly, simply, in harmony with the breath of the earth. Their food doesn't come from stores, it comes from respect for nature and from survival instinct. And perhaps it is precisely this harmony that allows the tribe to endure so sustainably in the wild. When you stand on the vast savanna, hearing the wind, smelling the smoke and roasted meat, you realize this is not just a meal. It is a journey into life, culture, and the primal instincts of humankind. In every shared piece of meat around the fire, in every berry collected from the deep forest, and in every joyful smile under the open sky, we see the Hadzabe simply a profound philosophy, equality, sharing, and gratitude to the land. They live with nature, without possessing it, without competing with it, and in return, they receive fulfillment and peace of spirit. This is the invaluable lesson modern people like us need to reflect upon. In a world full of convenience and haste, we must pause to honor our roots, preserve cultural identity, and live in harmony with nature, for that is the most enduring value of humankind.